Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski on this Tuesday morning. It is a very quiet start to our day. We're still in the cool sector, so kind of a chilly start to the morning. Very light winds, but those winds will be increasing today out of the south and the southeast. That's going to bring in some warmer temperatures for today. Outside of a couple of passing clouds here, I don't expect much. We'll see quite a bit of sunshine for today. Tonight, watch for some late night isolated showers or thunderstorms from about Lincoln and Beatrice eastward, right here in southeast Nebraska, and those will be mostly after midnight, but the better chances will be east of the Missouri River. Meanwhile, a warm front's going to lift into northern Kansas. The rest of us, just a slight increase in clouds. Not quite as cold tonight, with a little more wind around. Tomorrow, that warm front slowly moves north into southern Nebraska by later in the day. Now, it's going to be a pretty quiet day out there. Breezy winds out of the east and southeast for most of us, with a few clouds around, partly to mostly sunny skies. South of that boundary, those strong southerly winds, that's where your warm temperatures are going to be, is right in here. Will be plenty warm in the north, but it'll be very warm in the south tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we'll be looking at that front triggering some showers and storms near and north of that frontal boundary here. We could see some thunderstorms as we get towards tomorrow evening. Now, I don't think we're going to see a lot of severe weather, but cannot rule out a little bit of isolated severe weather during the evening hours. Later in the night, the severe weather threat will be lower as those chances of storms continue to lift northward. So more of northern Nebraska will have the better chances of rain and thunderstorms late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Now, as we get into Thursday, this is going to be your warm sector right in here. As this low is going to move kind of in this direction here through the day Thursday. So the warm front continues to lift northward. We'll get some dry, warmer weather in here. It'll remain wet and colder across the north and the west behind this low in these areas here. Meanwhile, there is a cold front right here that is going to drag through, and eventually new thunderstorms will develop Thursday afternoon as they push eastward, and that'll bring us our next chance of possible severe weather. I want to show you a couple of the long-range models when we get to this here. So this is the European model again today, quiet. There's that small chance of storms in southeast Nebraska late tonight. Tomorrow night, we'll dump to that. There's that chance of thunderstorms. Notice the better chances north of Interstate 80 Wednesday night through Thursday morning. Now here's our strengthening low there just southwest of Grand Island on Thursday. Here's midday Thursday. Much of the southern and eastern areas will actually see a pretty good dry spell for a time with the chilly showers north and west of that low. But as we get into Thursday afternoon, new thunderstorms will fire up right there. So we're talking about parts of central, but more so into eastern Nebraska. Severe thunderstorms will be possible. Meanwhile, you continue to see the chilly and blustery conditions on the north and west side of that low. Well, eventually that stuff's going to move eastward, although the better chances of rain will stay north and west of the Tri-Cities into Friday, and then eventually it'll move on out of here, and we'll see pretty quiet weather through the weekend and early next week. Not a lot of active weather, just a few clouds kind of remaining around the area until maybe the middle of next week, but I'm not going to get too focused on that part of the forecast. Now the GFS model, somewhat similar, quiet today. Then there's that evening or nighttime chance of thunderstorms, mainly I think southeast Nebraska, better chances farther to the east of there. Then the next chance comes Wednesday evening and Wednesday night north of the warm front. So the chances are better near and north of Interstate 80. There's that low. Now the GFS has the low pressure a little farther north, which would mean a kind of a dry slot for much of us on Thursday. So you can see not a lot of storm or shower activity. It also brings colder air in, though, in western portions of Nebraska, so we even have some snow there. There's the thunderstorm chance. Now the GFS is farther east with the thunderstorm chance Thursday afternoon and evening. I agree with this one a little less than I do with the European. I'm more agreeing with the European forecast model. But you can see that low pushing eastward. There's the lingering showers on Friday. Moving on out of here, we're cold and blustery. Then just kind of a chilly weekend. And beyond that, the weather pretty quiet for most of next week. We'll see about the middle of next week. It's a long ways out. Not going to focus on that too much. All right, now to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Now, this is Wednesday evening, so basically after 6 o'clock in the evening, chance of some severe weather. I think it'll be very isolated, large hail, and severe wind gusts. Probably not going to see a whole lot, and I do think the chances are better I-80 and northward in here of any severe weather. Thursday afternoon and early evenings. This is going to be a little bit of a different time frame for Thursday. The chances will be a little bit better. I think we have a better chance of severe weather, but more focused towards southeast Nebraska. Maybe a smaller chance right in here in the green areas, but the yellow area is the slight risk area, a little bit better chance of large hail, severe wind gusts. Can't even rule out a little isolated tornado action. Would not rule that out. Highs today, 70s for most of us. A little warmer out there with those breezy winds. Tonight we'll drop back into the 40s and lower 50s, not as cold. Tomorrow's high is still in the 70s for most of us with that warm front moving into southern Nebraska. You've got low and mid 80s across the south. So a pretty warm day there. Tomorrow night, a very mild night. We're still in the warm sector across much of the area. There will be a lot of clouds around, so a lot of 50s and lower 60s. There's the chillier air to the northwest. And then look at Thursday, a wide range in temperatures. If you live in the north and west, a wet and chilly day. 50s, even some 40s in northwest Nebraska. We'll go into the 60s here for much of the middle part of the area, and then warmer 70s and even low 80s to the southeast on the warm front, the warm sector, and this is where that severe weather threat would be Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. But Thursday's our transition day, and then it gets a lot colder beyond that for the end of the week. So again, quiet weather, breezy weather the next couple of days. There's that chance of some severe weather, mainly Wednesday evening. We'll probably see a lot of dry weather for the Tri-Cities Wednesday or Thursday morning and through the noon hour, and then a chance of some storms Thursday afternoon and evening. Then we transition over to the colder side of things, some chilly showers, although we'll be on the edge of those showers on Thursday night and Friday in the Tri-Cities. The better chances will be north of the Tri-Cities. But we'll have to deal with a lot of wind. The winds are going to be strong. We're going to see wind gusts easily exceed 45 miles per hour. We could see some occasional wind gusts up around 50, 55 miles per hour on Friday. It's going to be a chilly, blustery day. Highs in the 40s and 50s around the area. It's not going to be a very nice day. The weekend looks pretty quiet into early next week. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. We may see some more areas of frost here over the weekend at night, Saturday night and Sunday night. After a couple of chillier days there, we will start to warm up a little bit. Middle of next week, back into the lower 60s here. So not as warm as right here, but at least a little bit of improvement the middle of the next week. Of course, that would all hinge on how rain chances play out by the middle of next week. So I've pretty much showed you everything. The other thing I could show you real quick here, just kind of take a glance at what the forecast models are looking at just with the temperatures and the cooler air that will be coming as we get towards the end of this week. Warm the next couple of days, and then here it comes. Look at Thursday into Friday. Here comes that colder air. You can see that tightly wound area of low pressure, the chillier air over the weekend, and then it starts to get a little bit better next week. Start to warm up a little bit here. So we'll see how things play out beyond that. That's a long ways out after that, so not going to get too worked up on how that plays out. So very interesting forecast in the coming days ahead. Certainly not the best of weather as we get towards the second half of this week, though. So enjoy these next couple of days. Well, I'll keep that 7-day forecast going one more time as I wish you all a wonderful day. Hope it's a good one for you, and I will see you all again on Wednesday. Take care, and God bless. Bye.